I want to turn now to more about the budget choices, that budgets really are about making choices. The real question in this process is can you balance a budget for a family or government by selling off some of your assets or by robbing Peter to pay Paul? And the answer is, of course you can. However, this government is not fooling anyone that they are doing what they are doing is not transparent, nor is it sustainable, and we all know it, Honorable Speaker. Let's just look at some of the choices this government has made in transferring or delaying government costs and revenues by deferring BC debts and contractual payments, such as they have done with BC Hydro or the IPP independent power projects. The government has cleverly deferred payment by using long-term contractual payments, some for 30, 40, or even 60 years. Commitments British Columbian taxpayers must pay for through annual contractual payment requirements, but often the details are unknown. We're not entitled to the details because of confidentiality, I'm sure is the answer, but often it's the people of British Columbia that are stuck with the bill. Here are some of the other ways that they deal with taxes in a different way. For example, by raising fees and payments so that taxpayers can be presented the illusion of a balanced budget. For example, the MSP premiums. Jordan Bateman, BC Director of the Canadian Taxpayers Federation, noted that MSP premiums have risen steadily in recent years. It's invisible tax that nobody ever talks about. You know, one of the members was chirping about AAA, the credit rating, and so I thought now is a good time to mention that. Did you know, member, that just before the total collapse of the American financial system, Standard & Poor's and two other major credit rating firms had ruled that these firms were AAA, that had these credit default swaps, and ultimately all of it collapsed, sending the entire system into absolute decay. And so if anybody thinks that just having a AAA credit rating actually means anything anymore, when it was proven by these three rating agencies claiming that it's some wonderful thing, AAA, and they're capitalists, so they hang on to the faint hope that some rating agency comes wandering in and tells you you've got AAA. To you go and give yourself a hug and stand in the mirror giving yourself a hug about your AAA credit rating. My point is that it could collapse. Nothing is necessarily for sure and forever, because some of the same companies that are used today collapsed the entire financial system in North America that we're still not completely recovered from. MSP premiums have risen steadily and are going up again as of January the 15th. They have effectively doubled since 2000, and increase larger than inflation or increases in healthcare spending. BC continues to collect as much revenue from MSP premiums as from corporate income taxes. Wow, that's stunning, Honorable Speaker. The taxes outlined in the government's budget tables don't include other significant costs that depend on the government's policy, including fees from BC Hydro, ICBC, and the ferries. The province's revenue from MSP premiums is budgeted to increase in each year of the next 3 years. Revenue from BC Hydro, which is planning a rate hike, is to go up by 6.7% next year, 12%, and then 7.5%.